So I think we're starting to see a lot of indicators that OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT and Sora, RIP, we're starting to see that they're in big trouble. I mean, big trouble. Like, I think this company is completely screwed. I think they're going to wind up selling to Microsoft or Nvidia or one of these other tech companies. The dog and pony show is getting old. I think investors are tired of this company bleeding out money, and they're supposedly going to go public here pretty soon. I don't know how that's going to work out for them. They just shut down Sora, which we talked about, and that killed a $1 billion Disney deal they had. And now they're talking about shutting down, which I didn't even know they were doing this, an erotic chat bot. So that's like, Sexbot 3000 or Cherry 2000. Yeah, they're shutting it down. And it just seems like they're shutting down a lot of services to try to streamline to get to a place where people can at least believe that they have a plan. I don't think this company has a plan. I think they've been fiddling around for the last couple of years now, trying to come up with some new toys that they think are going to be the next big thing. And in the case of Sora, it only lasted a few months and then they pulled the plug on it. It was actually going pretty well, but I guess people played around with it at first. It didn't really take off the way they thought. And none of these products that they're coming up with are like the killer app, right? It's not, it's not even like Grok, like ChatGPT. I'm gonna be honest. Of all the models that I have used, ChatGPT is the worst. Yet it is the most widely adopted. But it's dog shit. It really is not good. And they've got their partners are kind of going behind their backs, coming up with some other plans. I know Microsoft is talking about not having to rely on OpenAI for compute, which means they're probably going to do it themselves. I just did another video today about how they're teaming up with Nvidia to build nuclear power plants. So I gotta wonder if they're just going to cut OpenAI out of this completely, and we're not even going to remember who these people were in 5 years. Nobody's going to know who Sam Altman is. And this, he always looked, every time I see this guy, he always looks nervous. Like he always looks like he's getting ready for the other shoe to drop. And the reality is he might be. It's not looking good for them. So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We do talk about tech over here because it intersects with pop culture now. It's all the same thing, right? It's all kind of gels together. This is Kneon, this is CLOWNFISH TV, and this is an article from The Atlantic. OpenAI's identity crisis. The company's sudden decision to pull the plug on Sora is a sign of deep trouble. It is. Sora's going to be dead soon. Yesterday, OpenAI said it was shutting down the app and terminating public access to its video generating technology. The decision was seemingly abrupt. Just a few months ago, Disney announced plans to invest $1 billion in OpenAI as part of a licensing deal. Even some Sora staffers themselves were reportedly caught off guard by the announcement. Online people eulogized Sora by posting their favorite videos, such as one featuring a column of spinning penguins, another one in which Jesus walks on water. Actually, the one that I've seen posted the most, the cat playing the fiddle on the back porch, or the bagpipes. So yeah, in September, Sam Altman predicted that society was about to undergo a stunning artistic revolution. Creativity could be about to go through a Cambrian explosion, but such a revolution never materialized. It's not that people hate AI slop. In fact, if anything, people seem to have a surprising appetite for it. In response to requests for comment, an OpenAI spokesperson pointed me to a public statement that cites compute demand as a key factor in the company's decision. Basically, none of this shit's worth it. Just because we can do something doesn't mean it's necessarily viable, right? And it could be another decade or two until AI, as these startups imagine it, actually exists or is actually affordable enough to make it worth it. Now, the problem is that if AI is going to be out of the realm of possibility for most people, the government and the big corporations, of course, are going to have access to the compute to power their own stuff, but the rest of us are not going to. That's what I think is actually going to happen. Sora has been a real financial drain in the fall. Forbes estimated that Sora might be costing OpenAI millions of dollars per day. Yeah, video is a lot harder to generate than static images or text responses. Bill Peebles, who lead Sora said the economics were completely unsustainable. And that was only 6 months ago. The decision to quickly spin up a project and then suddenly pull the plug has become a classic OpenAI move. The company has spent the past few years cycling through new product features and business models with spectacular haste in an attempt to find a way to profitability. OpenAI seems to finally be learning that slop is not a business strategy. Altman has never had a great plan for how OpenAI intends to make money. We have no idea how we may one day generate revenue. Yeah, like 900 million people use ChatGPT. A lot of those people don't pay for it. They use the free version, which is even a bigger pile of dog shit than the paid version. But that's a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of money OpenAI is burning. So after ChatGPT's success a few years later, investors began pouring money into OpenAI. The startup is now worth more than Toyota, Coca-Cola, and Disney combined. Investors like to see returns. So far, OpenAI hasn't done much to prove that it's capable of generating enough cash to stay out of the red. Yeah, actually, everyone has been talking about how they think the other shoe is going to drop pretty soon. And if OpenAI implodes, that is going to set off a chain reaction that could signal that the bubble has officially burst for AI. That, yeah, the technology is there. We have access to it, but the barrier is the cost. And the cost and the resources required currently to make AI sustainable for everyday use, right? Last summer, Altman described OpenAI as 4 separate companies: a consumer tech business, a massive scale infrastructure project, an AI research lab, and an incubator for new stuff. What? OpenAI has a corporate partnership with The Atlantic. The trouble with trying to do everything is that sometimes you end up doing nothing well. Sora is the latest casualty in a long string of abrupt reversals, about faces, and seemingly sloppily implemented projects. Last year, Altman announced a massive joint AI infrastructure build-out with Oracle and SoftBank called Stargate. That stalled out, reportedly following poor leadership and poor coordination. In 2024, they said that combining ads and AI would be a last resort, and now they're putting ads in ChatGPT. OpenAI originally banned not safe for work content, but now, guess what? They're like, yeah, we're going all in on sex bots, but nope, we're not doing sex bots now. But when compared with its peers, OpenAI's strategy is especially chaotic. The company's plans are seemingly always provisional. No partnership or product roadmap feels guaranteed. NVIDIA walked back a commitment to invest up to $100 billion. But then, yeah, they invested, but not as much. OpenAI's haphazard business strategy has left the company to deal with an identity crisis. Now they're trying to copy Anthropic. After scrolling through Iran deepfakes and Trump slop on Sora this morning, I navigated to Altman's account on the platform. I was curious to see what the company's CEO might have to say about the end of Sora. The last time Altman appears to have posted on the app was 6 months ago, back when the app launched. Perhaps that should have been a foreboding sign. Yeah, I don't think they know what they are. And Sam Altman seems like he has ADHD or something. I swear to God. Like he's jumping from thing to thing. I mean, really, they might be better off getting rid of him. If they want to save the company. But this was last month. A lot of people are predicting the AI bubble is going to pop. And I think that OpenAI, when that happens, that is going to signal the official pop. I think what's going to happen eventually is Microsoft and NVIDIA, because they're already massive companies, they will just kind of take over that space. There's not enough room for everybody. Actually, Microsoft could theoretically absorb OpenAI, but I think the AI arms race is going to end kind of like the streaming wars, where everybody raced for streaming and they raced for content and they tried to build their platform or whatever. This is where all the money was going. Massive amounts of money spent on the streaming wars. And now Hollywood is in worse shape than it was before streaming because the whole thing collapsed. I think that's going to happen with AI too. I think AI is a useful tool. I don't think it's anywhere near as capable as what people are hoping for. And not for the trade-off in power consumption or expense, right? just because you can do something doesn't mean it makes sense to do it. It actually, in a lot of ways, probably is cheaper to just hire people to do it. But I think we're gonna hit peak AI here pretty soon. For now, the whole thing is gonna collapse. We're gonna have a few clear leaders in that space, a lot of other casualties, and there's going to be a lot of damage done to the tech industry, the computer industry, because we're already seeing the chip shortages and all that stuff. And it does remind me of what happened with the streaming wars in Hollywood, where now a lot of people are tuning out. Like, yeah, streaming has basically just become cable TV, but people aren't subscribing to like 50 different streaming services because they can't. Nobody can afford that. Some people are just going back to watching MeTV on their antenna, for God's sake, because they're like, we can't do this, right? And I do think we're going to have a meltdown here pretty soon. That's my personal opinion as someone who has been watching this, for a while. That I think we're basically going to kind of hit the peak. And I know there are a lot of people that are very anti-AI and they want to see all of it implode. I don't think that's going to happen either, but I think the rush for commercialization, the rush for widespread adoption, since it's not happening as fast as they thought and it's not worth it, I think we're going to see these companies pull back. And I think OpenAI is in very, very bad shape. I think them shutting down Sora, shutting down a sex bot. I know it sounds stupid, but like, if anything is going to sell, it's going to be a sex bot, right? Well, they're going to shut that down too. And this guy just looks absolutely hapless and clueless in every interview I've ever seen him in. He just looks like he doesn't know what the hell to do. And it's very clear he doesn't know what the hell to do. So I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.